Michael Wadajka, the owner of the studio and our host tonight for the party, and his another East Hampton studio person here. Sarah Orlando?
Samantha Orlando. That's okay.
Thank you so much for coming out. We appreciate WVVH and here at East Hampton Studio. We've got a great night tonight. We had the aerial guy, we've got Grant Wolfley casting, we've got Splashlight, we've got Lexus doing some stuff. Martyrs did also a wonderful job with all the trees and everything else, so we've been really fortunate that way.
How excited are you to open up the studio to all these guests, all these filmmakers?
Well, we've been trying for years. We've always kind of had a rogue type thing going on, but we finally put a relationship together with the Hamptons International Film Festival, and we couldn't be more pleased.
And what is your role at the studio here?
I take care of everything. I do a little bit of everything. I'm basically Michael's assistant with everything. I quarterback everything he does. I have a piece of it.
And what kind of work goes on at the studio when you're not throwing parties?
Well, we're hopefully putting a boxing match together relatively soon. We're part of the New York State tax credit approved facility, 30% tax credit, so we plan on getting a lot of stuff that way. And, you know, we do photo shoots, film shoots. We've been really fortunate. We just had the Romantics in just recently doing some stuff with Kate Hudson.
So Samantha, tell us about some of the other shoots that have happened here.
We did Something's Gotta Give, we did Paper Men, we did the Romantics.
That's the most recent stuff that we did.
Yeah, that's basically, while I was here, that's what we've done.
Now let's talk about the film festival. Have you seen anything that you really like that you would suggest?
Well, surprisingly, I went to see Jeffrey Rush yesterday, a Weinstein film, and it was about King George VI. And I knew nothing. Yes, and it was amazing, off the charts amazing. Not anything that I would really go out and see by myself, but it was great. And then the night before, I saw the stuff with Dustin Hoffman, which was a little dark for me, but I liked the King's Speech better.
Right, that was Barney's version that opened the festival. Yeah,
it was done well. Great actors, but it just a little dark for me.
Samantha, are you chained to the studio, or are you able to get out and see films?
I actually was here planning this big event that we have going on tonight, so I didn't get out to see any of them, but this turned out great, and I'm happy to be here tonight, and I'm happy that you're here to join us as well.
Thank you.
Okay, we're ready here for, I guess, a remake of Ari's Angels, correct?
Yeah, these are Ari's Angels. They're from all over Europe.
Let me have your names and what country you're from.
Linda from Italy.
Right over there, l'Italia.
Linda from Italy.
Che parte dell'Italia? Calabria?
Roma. I'm from Rimini, but I'm just arrived from Rome.
From Roma, bella Roma. And Ari?
I'm from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, what part of Brooklyn?
Brooklyn, Williamsburg.
All right, I'm from Bensonhurst.
Oh, I know that.
Right next to the Cramdens, you know. Okay.
Neighbors.
And my dear, where are you from?
Hi, I'm Nadia and I'm from Belarus.
Belarus, And my dear?
Hi, I'm Maria and I'm representing Germany.
Germany, wie geht's, mein Darling?
Sehr gut.
Very good. Stellen Sie auf, bitte. Okay, so this is an international crowd, and I'm going to ask you, what of the film festival, what movies have you seen? And basically, you have a movie of your own, obviously. Let's hear that one first. It's one of my favorite movies, so let's hear about it.
The movie of my own is called Last Letters from Monte Rosa. It's a war film. It takes place in Italy in 3 languages, and it was shot here and also in Europe. And the movie that I enjoyed here was King of the Hamptons, which I saw.
With Dan Rattina.
Yes, I saw that 2 nights ago. It was really a lot of fun.
That was terrific. You know, we always thought he was the king, but now the film actually documented that. But tell me a little bit more about your movie. What made you make it?
I wanted to do a film that looks at the war from 3 different points of view, and I wanted to do a film that looks at war from the like a non-American point of view. So I did something completely different than what you normally expect.
Now, did you guys...
It's in German language.
It is in German language. Are you in the movie, my dear?
Unfortunately not. I was not selected this time.
Okay, so, but she'll probably be in the next one, right?
Of course, yeah, of course. There's only guys in the movie. It was a war film, you know. It's one of those kind of things.
Oh, I thought it was one of those, fictionalized war films, you know?
No, very realistic.
Very realistic. Well, it's great. Now, what do you think about filming here in Suffolk County? We're in the Hamptons. This is a big sound stage, 31,000 square feet. You think you could rock this place with a good production?
I would love to film here. That's one of the reasons why I'm here. I'm exploring locations for my next film. So I love Michael's studio. I love your studio. I was on the tour with the Long Island Film Commission, and I would love to film out here. I think it's a great place. People are really warm, and it's a very film-friendly community.
Very good. And we have the lowest gas prices in town, don't you think?
That's good. Yes. I haven't filled up yet, but I will on my way home.
You got to bring 2 credit cards when you get gas here. It's terrible. Now, tell me a little bit about yourself. What do you do? An actress?
Yes, I'm an actress in Italy, and this is the first time I'm here in United States, and so I've decided to spend 2 months in New York, and I'm here.
Well, as Berlusconi would say, brava ragazza, brava.
Grazie.
Mille baci. And Belarus, my dear, you're an actress as well.
Probably soon, not now.
Well, terrific. And what brings you here tonight?
It's just an amazing event.
And you're a big film fan, and you're hooked up with a good group of people here. Very good.
Support him.
Very good. And my German friend, how are you?
That's right. Miss Germany.
You're an actress?
Nope, I'm a graduate student in psychology.
Excellent. You know, that's my old profession.
I'm also here for good company and support for Ari's movie. So.
Well, I tell you, you have the right background for the film industry. It's perfect. Well, I applaud each and every one of you. Welcome here to the East End. Welcome to the Hamptons and the Hampton Studios. So, Luann, what have you been doing? Luann was my co-host at the Hamptons Film Festival. What year was that, Luann?
I was, oh my God, Greg.
Long time ago.
That was when I just came back from Europe, remember? And I came in and I said, give me a camera, I want to make a television show. And we made the Countess Report. So that must have been 2006?
2006.
2006.
Because your children were babies.
Yeah, well, you know, 4 years ago they were babies. The difference between 10 and 14 is huge.
Huge. So, Luann, you're the toast of television. I think I'm so proud of you. You know, you're my favorite New York housewife.
Oh,
you're
thank you, darling. Thank you.
You know, for obvious reasons, you know what I mean?
Well, we go back, you know, Greg and I, we go back.
Absolutely.
We go back.
And you worked, I remember when you came from, you know, the first thing I noticed about you spoke fluent Italian.
I do speak Italian. I still speak Italian, and you know, as you know, I started working in Italian television. So
with Berlusconi.
People don't know that about me, though. That I started working in Italian television, and then I came back to New York, and you gave me my first job back in TV, and you know, and now I'm on The Housewives, and on many other shows, you know, giving advice and manners and etiquette, and you know, it's great, you know, to be the.
I'm so proud of you. We're very proud of you.
Thank you.
Now, what I want you to talk about is we're both residents here of the East End, Hamptons, and we want to encourage the film business here.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, what can we tell filmmakers? Why should they make a film here in Suffolk County? What would you say?
Well, it's great for us here in this community, and I think it's probably cheaper. I don't know. I think
it is cheap because
there's a
30% tax break on it.
Okay.
And also,
you know
oh, yeah.
You know that very
well. And also be so cool because you don't have to travel to get to work.
That's right. And it's a great place, you know, just to be, and the light is so beautiful, and you know, what better place is there than the Hamptons? You have New York next door. You have all the most talented people at your disposal. So I think it's a great place to make movies.
Excellent. Now, what are you up to? I know that you with the renewal with the Housewives of New York.
Well, we're working on season 4 right now of the show. And, you know, I'm singing, and I'm working on my next
your record.
My next dance single. So that's been really great. I'm still, you know, making appearances with my book. You know, and crossing into other television shows as the expert on manners and etiquette. So I'm very busy, and I have 2 teenagers.
When do you sleep?
And a new boyfriend. So life is good.
Very good. You look great. Well, I appreciate it, and your friendship with VVH is lifelong.
Well, that means a lot to me.
And we're very proud of you. Very proud of you.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Continued success. If you hear any cheering, it's from here.
You know what they say, in order to know where you're going, you have to know where you came from. And that started with you.
Well, thank you, dear. Thank you.
We're here at East Hampton Studios at the Filmmakers Party with Gary Swanson, a local, a filmmaker, and an actor.
And a friend of Michael Woodika's, by the way. Yes.
So what's going on with your acting and career?
The last thing I was recognized was for, just as I walked in, was I used to be the Irish Spring Man. I am all about the development of actors. For 5 years I've been bringing actors out to my home in Montauk. I train them throughout the course of the summer. I also work with actors in New York City. You know that I coach and I do all of that. I'm an actor who teaches, because I believe it's incumbent upon us to pass along the information that I got from Lee Strasberg for 7 years, the Actors Studio since 1974, all Paul Newman and Ellen Burstyn and all these great people that I've been fortunate enough to work with. And all this information, so I bring actors out, and we've had cameras going for 5 years at my home. And what's happening now is I'm sort of got a little gleam in my eye because I got a call from LA yesterday. Now you see the Jersey Shore, I call it, forgive me, Jersey Shore primates. That doesn't take the human
MTV,
level
the
to
MTV
anything
reality
above, you know, let's pick off and eat and hit somebody. This is about actors trying to grow. This is about the process of trying to create an art form torn out of the universe with nothing there.
So there's a possibility that your Actors Studio at your house in Montauk could be a reality show?
It's more than, I've been editing, I just left my editing room right now. The calls have been going back and forth. Yes, I'm not making this up, and I'm not going to give names either, but yes, 2 days ago I got a call from a major producer who said, look, where's your stuff? Get it to me now. So I'm probably going to LA on Friday.
Wow, well good for you and good luck.
A bunch of hard drives with me. And I'm, going to sit down and but I've learned how to edit in the last year, which is not for ADD at all, which I have, I got to go with that.
But nowadays, everybody does everything. People write, they direct, they act, they produce, they shoot, they edit. Nowadays, it's very important to know at least how to do those things, whether you do them or not.
When I bring my actors out at the end of the summer, they've experienced film, they've experienced directing, they've experienced acting, they've experienced cooking. I learned to teach them to cook. They've been doing artwork. They've been doing music and dance. In 6 weeks, at the end of it, they all look like Marines, except for me because I'm getting old and beat up.
So how do people find out about your camp? Do you have a website?
GarySwanson.org.
GarySwanson.org.
And you'll see my trailer on there. I'm also an actor. Remember that, I'm an actor.
All right,
that's how
Gary,
I live.
Thank you.
Julie, you gonna give me a hug?
One of my favorite movies, if you haven't known by now, is Candy Darling. But I'm lucky to have not only a good friend in Jeremiah Newton, but a new friend, James Raisin, who actually directed the movie.
Yes.
Welcome to the festival, James.
Well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure and honor to be here. And I've been out here many times before as a juror for the short film section, and just as a fan of films and the Hamptons. It's so beautiful to come out here, especially in the fall. And I'm very honored to now have a film here for the first time.
Who's your lovely friend here?
This is Anna Bernström from Sweden.
Ah, from Sweden, eh?
Yeah, I'm a television journalist myself, but I've been watching this movie several times, different cuts, and it's a very interesting documentary, and it's not only about Candy Darling, but also about the gay movement. Like, yeah, the gay just haven't the same rights. I mean, it's still a big issue, and even back then it was even worse. So it's
very big issue. In fact, just the news is filled with horrific crimes of terrible things. Lives have been lost, and people have been, you know.
Recently, there's a whole spate of them of suicides because of it, beatings back at Stonewall now again, and so we're constantly reminded of, you know, the sacrifices people have to make to be who they are in this society or all over the world, and the courage and the challenges that they face, and the courage it requires to face those challenges, and what a shame it is that even in this day and age that people have to suffer and be victimized for just who they are as a human being.
Mm-hmm. Well, today's an apropos day because it's the anniversary, the birthday. If John Lennon was alive, he would have been 70.
Wow.
And, you know, one of his famous lines is "all you need is love," and apparently we still, many years after the 1964 and whenever the Beatles were at their prime, we still haven't learned that lesson of, you know, the generation that we have and the children that followed us. We're still in that quandary. But your movie is very compelling, and I think that the way you directed it, and it was a hard thing to do because with Jeremiah, it was like giving birth. It was a 24-year process.
I know, and you know.
I tell you, I would be the last guy to direct something like that because when you're dealing with somebody and they have that much emotional content in it, it's not just your regular documentary, but you made one of the most sensitive, beautiful documentaries I've ever seen.
Thank you. To find her true self through film and through the artifice of movies and filmmaking. And this is something that also attracted Warhol. He was interested in the same thing, the idea of what's real, what's not real. Of course, the nostalgia and the glamour of movies in the golden period.
Well, The Factory was a real experimental thing that to this day, people are unraveling gems from those years. And how did you meet Jeremiah? How did you guys come together?
Well, I came to New York in 1987. I met him soon after that at a book party for Herbert Huncke, who became a friend of mine. It was soon after I met Herbert, too. He was a beat writer. He was having a book party at the Chelsea Hotel, and Jeremiah was there, and we just met and became friends, and he obviously had been in New York a lot longer than I had, so he was very supportive of my, you know, burgeoning career in the writing and film and theater business.
Did you go to NYU, or?
No, I didn't go to NYU. No. I didn't go to film school.
Well, terrific. So you're self-made, which is terrific.
Well,
that's wonderful.
You know, it takes a lot of things.
Well, I really applaud your work, and I look forward to your continued artistic productions.
Thank you.
But the movie is Beautiful Darling, the true story of Candy Darling.
Right, the life and times of Candy Darling, Andy Warhol's superstar. We're going to be at the Chicago Film Festival next weekend, and after that we'll be at the Smithsonian Institute in a few weeks, and we're going to Stockholm and Taiwan, where the film is. I don't think I'm going to be going, and we've been playing since our world premiere at Berlin earlier this year, and it's just been kind of
But it's critically acclaimed. Yeah. We highly recommend it, and be on the lookout for it. It's going to be on, what is it, IFC?
Sundance Channel.
Sundance Channel, so you can look for it then. It's something that is a takeoff point for a lot of discussion and keeps us going. So thanks again. James Raisin is the director. And thank you, my dear, for being here from Sweden, classing up the joint. We're at East Hampton Studio. What a terrific place. And
nice to see you, Greg.
And my fellow film commissioner.
Absolutely.
Another beautiful film commissioner, Laura Fox. And
It's so nice to see you here.
Laura, you're terrific. And you've had such an extensive experience in filmmaking, and you're a resident of the East End. What about this place? What about the East Hampton Studio?
I think they've done such an amazing job to actually take the studio, which, you know, started many years ago.
With Fraser.
And with Fraser Dougherty. And, you know, I was here at the opening, you know, I think that was about 10 years ago. And he didn't have the filmmaking background. And I think with Michael Woodike behind it, it's really going to take off. And I think also with what we're doing, you know, I hate to give a plug for the Film Commission, but what we're doing here is promoting on the East End, and with the tax credits that have been improved.
30%.
30%.
And SuffolkCountyFilmCommission.com.
Yeah, and the support you get from the Film Commission, because there's a bunch of us out here. We're all experienced filmmakers and you know,
the scar tissue to show it, right?
Exactly. And we're here to support the people who come out here. So what happens when, you know, production comes out here, you know, we get the email through of like, how do you help with finding this crew person or that crew person, or, you know, can you find me, you know, a sound set here or whatever. And between all of us, we have enough expertise that we're able to help provide that.
Excellent. Roman. This guy is an attorney.
Yes, I am, in New York City.
And you have a website that now is not the attorney we're pushing, it's the director, right? What is it?
Made 2 films. My email is SeanTheDirector@gmail.com. If you look on IMDb, I've made 2 movies. One is The Great Coney Island Egg Toss, which I hope you checked out.
I saw it.
I have a copy for you, which I brought tonight. I want you to watch it. And also Ticket Cops, which is 62 minutes. Ultra low budget, but a cast of over 60. I'm trying to prove that art could be made just if you have the gumption to get up and do it and gather friends and family and whatever resources you can.
As a young filmmaker, would you ever make a film out here in Suffolk County?
Absolutely. Suffolk County is one of the most, you know, beautiful landscapes. It's really unknown, the natural geography, you know, the hilly areas, all the tall trees that are hundreds of years old.
The egg toss you did in Coney Island, right?
Yes, the world famous Coney Island, probably the best beach in America. It is free.
Oh, the best beach is out here, isn't it?
The best beach, sand beach, is on Long Island on the South Shore. Anywhere in the world, the best sand beaches are on Long Island.
Now, the best Frankfurters are?
Nathan's. There are 2 of them. One on, what is that, a Surf Avenue, and the other on the boardwalk. Coney Island has the most personality of any beach in the world, but if you want to spend a day lying in the sand, no better place to come to than Long Island. Anywhere.
Okay. You know what the problem with him is? He doesn't have enough energy. You know what I mean? Whatever vitamins you're taking, don't take them. Well, I have 2 beautiful sisters here, twins, correct?
Exactly, from Transylvania.
Transylvania, not Pennsylvania.
No.
Transylvania.
Transylvania. So come and dance with me, whether you are from Pennsylvania. I'm from Transylvania, and I mean, you gotta watch out a bit, but in the end, you're gonna feel refreshed.
Very good. And your names are? What's your name, dear?
I'm Mihaela, and my twin sister is Gabriella.
Gabriella and Mihaela.
And Mihaela, yes.
Excellent.
Together, Indigo. Stooges.
All right. Now, how close is the Dracul's castle to where you were born?
Oh, very close. Very, very close, because we are the offspring of Vlad the Impaler, of Dracula.
That's right.
So we were born with teeth, with fangs, and our parents were really puzzled about this fact, but, you know, we realized that we were vampires at the age of 12, and we said that it's time had come to come to New York and take it by storm, and here we are. We're actresses, and we want to win an Oscar, and here we are at the film festival.
Well, you're both beautiful girls, very nice. I know you're vampires, and I know you came out only when the sun goes down, correct?
I mean, we are not afraid of sound because it doesn't have the same, you know, solar power as it used to have, so it doesn't really affect us.
It's all that hairspray, right? Created the environment.
Oh yes, there's like, you know, other things scare us, but actually God scares us, but not
all right.
anything else.
Okay, and you have two lovely girls. If there are casting people out there and they want to get in touch with you, do you have a website?
Yes, our manager is David Zonnenberg. It's the manager of Black Eyed Peas and Fergie, and we are honored. We are both singers, actresses, and we are in development with our own TV series, and we are gonna launch our album, American album, soon here. I mean, we wrote the majority of the songs. My sister is a producer; she produced them, and we work also with Paul Oakenfold, with Rock Wilder, with Peter Zizzo, and they can look it up at on myspace.com/twinsindigo. Make sure that Indigo is with double G.
Indigo double G. Well, I'm really delighted that you're here. You're beautiful girls. I'm pretty sure our viewers at home are going to enjoy getting in touch with you, and we're looking forward for your records and your movies and your modeling careers and everything else. You're really outstanding. Which one is older?
I think I popped up first, but she thinks she's the one who was first conceived.
Oh boy.
I'd be the queen, and I'm always gonna lead from the back. So watch out.
You girls
fight back.
You girls are a riot. So I'm going to get out of here because I know that you have to do your thing. So watch out there. These vampires are here in the Hamptons.
Really appreciate everyone's time coming out here and enjoying us. And we have a couple of special things. We have Splashlight in the back corner that's actually doing some photo shoots. A lot of fun things. We have Lexus doing some photo shoots over there in the corner as well. We have Grant Wolfley casting for all those people who want to do some casting. We have some great food, some good wine, some great vodka, so definitely enjoy yourself. And right now we've got a real special treat. We have an aerialist that's going to be doing some special things right in the center. Let's please make sure we give him a little space. And all of those who want to join him afterwards are more than welcome to do that, all right? Jim, take it away.
We're very proud to be on Long Island, and we want visitors to come to Long Island, all over Long Island.
Correct.
And I'm here with Isabel Gonzalez, and she's from the Long Island Convention and Visitors Bureau. I have it here on the card. The card doesn't lie. But we're close friends because she always comes and helps and supports the film commissioners, which are part of the Economic Development Group.
Correct.
And that's part of the Long Island Convention Bureau is part of that group.
Correct.
And I just want you to tell the people at home that it goes all over the place why people should come out here to this beautiful area of Suffolk County.
Well, Suffolk County has a lot to offer. First of all, we are surrounded by water. We have 110 miles of coastline. We're wonderful for sailing. We have vineyards, award-winning vineyards. We have over 60 vineyards and over 40 wineries. We have Gold Coast mansions. We have beautiful ocean beaches, fishing, surfing. We have the fishing capital of the world.
And we have seaport villages. So there's a lot to offer for all types of travelers.
The sushi tuna comes from here.
Correct.
And it actually takes a first-class trip to Japan, where it's enjoyed by the most pickiest of connoisseurs of sushi.
Is that right?
That's right.
Okay.
And we have the purest waters, we have the most delicious air, and you know, it's almost it is apple picking time.
Well, it's harvest season, so the harvest season usually is a high season for the North Fork. So while the South Fork, also known as the Hamptons and Montauk, their peak period is during the summertime, and then on the North Fork, their peak period begins September 9th, right after Labor Day, all the way through the end of October.
You know, Long Island with the Twin Forks, shaped like a fish, incidentally, was created by the Ice Age, two big heaves, you know. And believe it or not, the North and South Fork have two distinct climates. The wines are different, the harvest times are different. It's terrific. So you have a lot to investigate just coming out here and looking at the Orient Point, Montauk Point, all over the place.
And do you know why they planted the grapes in the North Fork?
No, I don't.
Okay, the reason they planted the grapes in the North Fork is because they found out that the soil is similar to Bordeaux, France. So our wine is similar to Bordeaux, France.
It's delicious.
It's delicious, very
so
oaky.
We want you to enjoy the wine, enjoy the potatoes, which are the best potatoes for making potato chips, which is my favorite subject.
We also have vodka.
And vodka, of course, another one of my favorite subjects. The only thing I wish they would make was corn mash whiskey. That would be a whole other thing. But come out and enjoy it. If people are interested, what is the website of the Long Island Convention and Visitors Bureau?
If you want more information on Long Island, you visit www.discoverlongisland, all spelled out one word.com.
Okay, so go to it, Google Long Island, go to the website, come and visit. It's a great place to enjoy Long Island, and specifically if you're a filmmaker, come out and make your film here. You'll have a great time. One of my favorite East End authors is here, Tom Clavin.
Hi, thanks for having me on the show.
And you hear the crowd cheering that you're here.
I know, it's all because of me.
And my favorite...
Everybody's here tonight.
You know, when I list my favorite books, Dark Noon.
Dark Noon, yeah.
And the Roger Maris book.
Roger Maris, Baseball's Reluctant Hero.
Give me that title once again.
Roger Maris, Baseball's Reluctant Hero.
Now, all of us out there remember number 61 in the battle for that 61 hits, 61 home runs. And it was long ago when I had a lot of hair and I was a lot thinner. I gave every Yankee fan that book, and everyone, diehard fans, enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And Tom,
it was great working on it.
And right now, you intrigued me the other day when you mentioned that. Let's calm down. I'll be finished with the interview in a minute. Tom will be really.
My fans.
All his fans are crazy for him. They're going to. You're going to do a book. You're planning a book. You're on the way about Louis Prima.
Yeah, I have. In 3 weeks, it'll be in stores. It's called That Old Black Magic, Louis Prima, Keely Smith, and the Golden Age of Las Vegas. So it's about the special relationship, the love story of Louis and Keely, the tremendous music they did together.
Perfect partnership.
Oh, it's a great partnership, and it lasted for a lot of years. And then the backdrop is Las Vegas in the 50s when you had it exploding as an entertainment.
Now, you know this. My brother and I are Friars.
Uh-huh.
The Friars Club. In fact, a couple of weeks ago, we honored Jerry Lewis.
Yes.
A lifetime achievement. Louis Prima, people don't know this, you know the Rat Pack, but Louis Prima was the inspiration of the Rat Pack.
Yeah. Louis Prima was an inspiration for them in a sense that he was such a terrific performer. And what would happen is Louis and Keely wouldn't start their act until midnight, and they would go till 6 a.m. So what happens is like Sinatra, Dean Martin, Jerry Martin and Lewis, when they were together, Joey Bishop, the others, when they were done with their acts at 2 or 3 in the morning, they would come to the Sahara Hotel, and they would stay and watch Louis and Keely.
And they would engage. You know, a lot of the acts traditionally, you know, from the big band singers on, would entertain, and you'd be up here entertaining, and the people would be eating and drinking, and it'd be almost like background music.
Right.
But Louis and Keely actually engaged. They broke through that wall they engaged.
They did. They became the lounge act that broke through to become a mainline, very popular act. And in fact, what Louis had Keely do is that instead of going out there and trying to grab the people's attention, Keely would stand there. Stoic, up against the piano.
Native American.
Yeah, looking around. She was part Cherokee, a beautiful woman. And she still is in a lot of ways. I mean, she's 82 years old now. But because people would wonder, what's Keely thinking, what she's doing? What is she doing there? Louis would jump all over the place. But everybody starts to turn their eyes on Keely. And they were focused on her, and she could grab an entire audience without singing a word. But then when she opened that mouth and sang, a gorgeous voice came out. So she was an amazing performer.
And it's amazing their relationship. They subsequently divorced.
They did.
And he replaced her with a almost like a clone that didn't work out as well.
No, Gia Prima, who became Louis' fifth wife, she was actually very talented. She had a wonderful voice. She was a talented performer. But the audience, for the most part, wasn't going to buy Louis and Gia. They wanted Louis and Keely. And there's a wonderful scene at the end of the book. And I call it a scene because maybe they'll make a movie of it one day, but it's a wonderful scene where 10 years after they broke up, they had no contact with each other, and Louis playing Lake Tahoe with his band. And Keely sneaks in with a friend just to see the act. Now, Louis was a performer who would see everybody.
Scan the room.
Scan the room. And he sees Keely. And he says, my ex-wife Keely, and the crowd goes wild. And they start cheering, and they insist that Keely go up there, and she goes up there, and they do that old black magic like it sounded 10 years earlier. And so the band is really cooking. And they're saying,
Sam Butera and the Witnesses.
Sam Butera, great sax player, and the Witnesses. And so they're saying, okay, let's do another number. And all of a sudden it hits Keely. She becomes overwhelmed by emotion. She bursts into tears. She flees the stage, and that was the last time they were together. So it's an amazing end to the story.
It is, but it showed a tempestuous relationship. The music was and is outrageous.
Yeah.
And that actually you can't be depressed when you listen to it.
No.
And it's a combination, being Italian American and listening how he engaged the lyrics of traditional Italian songs and notched them into American, the American.
Well, there's a point in the book where I'm talking about Louis Prima during World War II, before he met Keely. It was actually not a good idea to sing Italian songs.
No.
Because, Italy was allied with Germany.
Right.
But Louis Prima was so convincing and so popular and so positive that the audience just loved him all the more because he insisted on doing it. He didn't turn his back on Italian songs. He said, I'm going to put them out there. If you don't like me, you don't like me. But they loved him.
It's amazing. Well, the title of the book?
That Old Black Magic, Louis Prima, Keely Smith, and the Golden Age of Las Vegas.
Well,
stores in about 2 or 3 weeks.
Well, I'm going to order it all over. It's going to be available on Kindle, electronic?
All kinds of, hardcover, Kindle, everything.
I'm going to get it in every different format, including a tattoo, I think.
I've got one sale.
No, 2 with my brother, of millions of sales.
I hope so.
And the movie, I tell you, is long overdue.
It's a love story and a musical all in one. They genuinely loved each other to pieces, and they made beautiful music together.
My last question is, if you had to do the movie, who would you cast as lead?
You know what? You know who I would cast first? I would cast the Keely part first. Because I actually think that Keely is a great survival story of how Keely survived that marriage and revived her career when she was in her 60s. She came back as a great comeback story. I would love to have somebody like a Natalie Portman. She would be great for it, or Reese Witherspoon. Somebody who's like 30-ish, early 30s would be perfect for the part.
And Louis?
And Louis, I went to the James Franco Q&A today. He'd be great, but he's too young, I think.
Yeah.
Give him another few years, but he'd be great for it. He's a tremendous actor. I don't know if he can sing. But with Louis, it's not so much about the quality of the singing, it's the showmanship.
And the look, yeah.
And the look, yeah.
I agree with you. It's going to be you got to hit the right one, but I think it's great. And this is an aside, I have homes in Brooklyn, but and I go to this local mozzarella place, and believe it or not, they still deliver mozzarella to Keely Smith.
Oh, yeah.
So she's still very much tied to the Louis Prima line, I think.
And she's still a great performer. She did the New Orleans Jazz Festival in April. I saw her a couple of years ago, opening night, when she opened at Birdland. The year before that, I saw her at the Cafe Carlisle. She turned 82 in March, and she doesn't hide her age. But she's got that sassy, finger-snapping thing going for her that and she's still a wonderful entertainer.
Right. Well, God bless her.
Thank you.
God bless you, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Julie Walker for WVVH-TV. We're here at East Hampton Studios for the Filmmakers Party, and with me now is a real local, Bob Edelman. He's also the publisher of Dan's Papers.
Isn't this just a great scene? Just being out here in the Hamptons for the film festival, I gotta love it. I'm a Sag Harbor resident. I've been the publisher at Dan's for quite some time, and this is the time of year that we just wait for. Everybody comes out to the Hamptons now. It's just great.
Now, how many films have you gotten to see, or has it been all business and work for you?
Unfortunately, it's been all business for me. But I am going to go see King of the Hamptons for obvious reasons, since it's about Dan Ratiner.
Yeah, King of the Hamptons, that's right. We interviewed Dan. It's a documentary made by a local filmmaker who was having a midlife crisis and came out here and found Dan and found his film and found a purpose.
Yes, he did. And we're going to do our own showing of that. Actually, they're sold out for the film festival. And so we got together with Bay Street Theater, and we're going to do a showing of our own for the locals in November and December.
That's great. How can people find out about that?
We're going to be coming up. Look, we'll announce it in the next couple of weeks.
And what else is going on at Dan's Papers?
Oh, just about everything. We've just been bought by Manhattan Media, a company that really understands us. Primarily because their readers in Manhattan are also our readers. Their homeowners are also our homeowners. It's a really neat, great synergies between the two companies.
And is the paper going to change at all, or is it still going to be what we remember for all these years?
I think it's going to get even better. Dan's back on top as editor-in-chief, and I got to tell you, when Dan's back as editor-in-chief, you're going to see a lot of great stories.
Now let's talk about making films and movies and TV out here in the Hamptons. We got this studio out here. Why should people come out here, though, to make their movies?
Well, you got to understand something about the Hamptons. It is just totally unique. It is the place to be seen. It is the place people want to be seen. Royal Pains. They've been out.
That's a USA Network.
USA Network, right? And Mark Feuerstein, the star of that show, actually comes out, reads his script on a Saturday mornings, sitting on the bench in front of Dan's office. They understand it, they get it, and they really make it happen.
This area of the world has more real estate agents than Brooklyn. We're in the Hamptons. And the most powerful is Gary the Perja from the Corcoran Group.
Thank you. It's very kind of you to say that a lot of other real estate brokers might take issue with that. We have a lot of good real estate brokers out here.
I know.
A lot of good real estate
And
brokers.
the competition is fierce.
It is.
And you have the best of the best here.
We do.
However, you are the best of the best of the best.
It's very nice of you to say.
And you've sold exquisite properties. His reputation is impeccable. And the thing that strikes me about him, my brother and I said when we first saw him, he looks like my Uncle Tony, which was one of my favorite uncles.
Well, we're all Italian.
I know, and it's amazing. He has a great smile and very knowledgeable. So what's happening in the real estate market here, Gary?
It's very busy. We're extremely busy.
Time to buy, right?
This weekend is a great weekend. You have Columbus Day weekend. You have the film festival. Sort of everything is coming together. There are a lot of people here. There's a lot of looking going on this weekend, and probably some buying.
I could feel it.
Yeah.
And the market is definitely turning around. You feel that?
Definitely better than it was this time last year. Much better. Yeah.
And real estate, like diamonds, never goes out of style, right?
Everyone likes real estate. Everyone likes to talk about real estate. In the last 15, 20 years, it's become a huge topic of conversation, and everyone seems to be very knowledgeable about it.
So if you had to give pointers to somebody who is in a position now to take that step, what would you give them? What pointers would you give them?
Find a good broker that you like, whoever it is. Stick with that broker. Don't jump from one broker to another thinking that that broker's going to have the magic property, because we all have the same properties out here. And let the broker take you and educate you and figure out where you want to be, whether it's what house you want or what area you want.
Well, he's the best. Your website is?
Either www.corcoran.com or www.myhamptonhomes.com.
myhamptonhomes.com or corcoran.com. Gary DePergia.
Thank you very much.
And he's the best. And I'm going to say, it's good seeing you again, Uncle.
Vered of Vered Galleries joins me now here at East Hampton Studios for the Filmmakers Party. And what's going on at your gallery? I heard you had a great opening yesterday.
Oh, no kidding, and you weren't there.
I had to work. Sorry I missed it, but what did I miss?
I have a fabulous show of photographs of Gaga.
Lady Gaga, of course.
Oh, that one, yeah. And Bunny Angerwood is the photographer. She's terrific. And it was a great party, so you missed it. And Lady Gaga is really amazing. I used to have the photographs of Madonna done by Stephen Klein. And now I'm having Gaga, so we really get them all. Yeah.
Now, how much are you enjoying the festival? What have you been doing so far?
Well, first of all, I've been to every festival for years, and I've been always involved, and I do parties for them. I went to one movie that was fabulous by Jonathan Tish.
Love, etc.
Oh, it is a must-see. Must-see. It's so great, so simple, so seamless, so loving. You know, I just am afraid that it's not going to go to the mainstream because it's a documentary and there's no movie star, and also it's a very wonderful movie. No killing, no blood, and happily ever after doesn't work, huh?
I actually interviewed the filmmaker, Jill Andrusevic, and she's wonderful, and I was at that screening. You're right, it is a great documentary.
Oh, wasn't it amazing? It's just just simple. You know, it's like with the painting. The paintings that are the most simple. It looks like a kid can do it. It takes a lifetime to get those lines, you know? And this movie was like that. It looked like so seamless and simple, but you know how difficult it was to get those couples and to get them to, it was just amazing.
I have here with me one of my dear friends from the Film Commission, Dylan. And Dylan, you're a terrific guy. He's one of our fans too of VVH, correct?
Absolutely, it's a great station.
Oh, thank you. So you're the guy that watches us, right?
That's me, my girlfriend.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's your favorite thing? What do you like on VVH?
Oh, Macabre Theater.
Macabre Theater.
Yeah,
one of the countless fans there. I know, it's like Macabre Theater has its following, and we are very proud of it. It's one of our, as somebody that's into film as you are, just give the fans at home a little bit about yourself. He's not only a film commissioner, but he has had the dubious pleasure of running an exquisite place. I'm going to let him give you a thumbnail sketch of it. His father, a remarkable man. We lost him this year, and well, I'll let you riff about it.
Sure. I'm co-director of the Cinema Arts Center in Huntington on Long Island, and we're Long Island's leading alternative venue for movies, showing you name it, all kinds of films from foreign films, independent films, horror movies, cult movies, silent movies, documentaries, filmmakers appearing in person, guest speakers, anything you could think of.
And your father, just to speak a little bit about him, let's hear from your point of view, because I mean, to be in, he trained you, you watched him in action. He's an incredible guy. Just give us a little bit about your dad for a few minutes.
Oh, sure, okay. Well, he was an amazing guy. He loved movies. He loved the possibility of movies to open people up into seeing a larger world. You know, he
a true visionary.
Yeah, no, and they built him and my mom. They built the theater out of literally out of nothing, and now we have 3 screens running 365 days a year.
Incredible. Well, we're in the Hamptons, but near and dear to our heart is all of Long Island. Patchogue is represented, and I'm here with Ken Wilkerson.
Hello.
And he's the co-founder of the Plaza Media Arts Center in Patchogue, a brand new place, very exciting place. Good friend of mine, Campbell and Danglish, one of the film commissioners, was instrumental in helping out there. Give the viewers at home what exactly is happening. First of all, welcome to the Hamptons.
Thank you. Having a great time at the festival here. The Plaza Media Arts Center is a project we're putting together to bring a media arts center to the Patchogue area. The heart of which would be an art house cinema, screen independent films, and we'd have a media arts center. It would be a production studio with an emphasis on education for kids as well as adults and the broader community in filmmaking techniques, communication through media, electronic literacy.
So it'll be a one-stop shop.
It's going to be exactly a one-stop shop, and it will bring media to Patchogue to really round out a great art scene that's already happening
How
there.
exciting. And it's on the site of a former classic architectural, beautiful building.
It's on the site of an old movie theater, which is kind of in the middle of a lot of political and legal battles right now, and we're a few years away from obtaining that to build the site there. But in the meantime, we're beginning our fall programming schedule, starting on October 18th, screening a film called The Girl Who Played with Fire at the
Long Island Film?
No, it's not a Long Island film. These are international independent releases.
Exciting.
We're working with the Cinema Arts Center in Huntington to share their programming, bring it down to the South Shore.
So you're going to encourage everyone to get involved in, if they don't know anything about, editing and filmmaking, that's going to be like a hub where things are going to happen.
Absolutely.
Ken Wilkerson, the website if people are interested?
Is www.plazamac.org.
plazamac.org, not com, org, and you'll find out about it. The Plaza Media Arts Center, an exciting new place. Dr. Wally Smith of 88.3 here on the East End, and congratulations for preserving an incredible station. Peconic Broadcasting is alive and well.
You got it. And we're very proud to have the support of this community to make that happen.
Well, without 88.3 Peconic Broadcasting, the community would have really lost out on an unbelievable powerhouse station.
Well, it's an important resource for the East End, and we're very pleased that we were able to put together the resources so that we could make it ours to keep and operate.
And any broadcast property, I'm talking from my own personal experience and a lot of scar tissue, is a very difficult thing to preserve. And public broadcasting has to be preserved because the voice of public broadcasting is essential. And what you do on the station, providing a National Public Radio, and all of their staff work hard and long without salary in order to preserve the entity of 88.3. And that is an incredible dedication. And at the helm, Dr. Wally Smith.
Thank you.
And your sidekicks there, your whole staff, which I'll let you enumerate.
Well, it's a great group of people, with Bonnie Grice and Ed German and Brian Cosgrove and Michael Mackey and Lee Davis and all the crowd.
And Zoe.
And indeed, right. And so we're very proud to do that. But you know, you talked about preservation, which is what the East End is all about, conserving the last remnants of things that are important. And our ability to make this happen, which was only with the support of this community, enables us to preserve the last available piece of FM broadcast spectrum available on the East End.
Absolutely. And you know, in order to preserve it and to keep the engine going, it needs the support of viewers like you to help them. And you know, there are a lot of major stations that are rolling in dough. This station has to be preserved. 88.3. Just give them the website, and I know you have viewers out in Manhattan, Staten Island, up in Westchester that come out and visit. And I know when you cross the Shinnecock Canal, you go to 88.3 to enjoy the jazz and classical music and everything, and of course the public radio. And it has a new vitality. But give us the website where they can sort of lock in. So give a pledge.
Good. It's peconicpublicbroadcasting.org.
peconicpublicbroadcasting.org. Get your checkbooks out, roll up your sleeves, get the credit card, dust it off, and help Peconic Broadcasting 88.3 stay on the air. If you're a underwriter or sponsor, help them because they need help and they need to be preserved. It's an excellent voice, not only for the East End, but for all of us. So I'm glad you're back up, and God bless you and the FCC.
Well, and thank you for doing what you do for television, because you and your group work just as hard as we do to make a local television station happen.
Well, tell that to my brother, because he
wouldn't agree with me.
Well, here we are at East Hampton Studios, Julie.
And this is the closing night party. Even though it's Saturday, this is the big last hurrah.
And what a place to have it. It's 31,000 square feet. It's about, I don't know, I think King Kong is at the top of the building. It's so high.
Well, it's certainly big enough to fit a Lexus in here.
Quite a big place. And we had a wonderful time at the festival.
I had a great time. We got to do it again next year.
Absolutely, absolutely.